What's up, everybody? We're going to give you 3 reasons today why everyone fails in the gym, and we're going to give you 1 tip to combat that to help you guys push through and keep going when it comes to lifting those weights. Alright, so the first reason why we all fail in the gym, because we all have at some point, is motivation. A lot of us get like maybe about a week or 2 of motivation, or we get a big rush of motivation to get ourselves into the gym and get our foots in the door, and then we think that we need that to follow through the whole way, and then we end up on the train or the bandwagon, and then we fall off about a month later. Now most people fall off about 2 weeks into the gym. They say about 85% of people who sign up to a gym or start a gym routine fall off within the first 2 weeks. So motivation is key for getting your foot in the door. So unless you have that or something to get you going, or something to get your blood flowing, and something to put your baby steps, your foot through the door, and sign up to a gym, or start working out at home, or something to have that urge, that's one of the reasons why we all fail. We often think that we have to rely on that when it comes to what gets us up in the morning, and a lot of the time I just don't feel like I have that motivation to keep going. That's why we also say we need to rely on friends, we need to rely on family members and all that sort of stuff to get us through. Now that's why this is so important, because without the motivation, without that that passion and that drive to get you in there, it's quite difficult to start a new routine, or to start a change in your life, or to start something new. Now motivation, when I speak of that, it's not just for the gym, it's to everything in life. Motivation is what drives you. If you, for instance, play a sport and you love to play soccer, or you love to play football, motivation is what keeps you is what gets you going, is what gets you started. So moving on to the second thing. The second thing is discipline. Now discipline is probably one of the biggest ones, one of the most important ones. Now fucked if I know if I've got any discipline half the time, because I fall off the bandwagon when it comes to training so often that sometimes I find it hard to call myself a weightlifter. But basically what you have to do is with discipline is you have to keep a routine. You have to stay, you need to find a habit basically. You need to find something that you can create a pattern with and then stick to, because once you have a pattern going and a routine going, it is so much easier to follow than it is to just wake up at any given time and say I'm going to the gym today, or I'm going to eat this today, or I'm going to do that today. So this is why discipline is a big one. Now a lot of us kids, a lot of kids these days, they don't have discipline. They get away with anything they want, and they get whatever they want. So that's why they don't have discipline skills. A lot of you older guys, you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about discipline. Back in the day, you do something wrong, you get disciplined for it straight away. So this is what I'm talking about. You need to be strict, especially if you're following a diet. So if you're trying to bulk, or you're trying to put on mass, you need to be in a caloric surplus all the time, and that requires discipline, strong discipline, especially for losing weight as well. You need to be making sure that you're eating the correct food, you're eating a lot of vegetables, you're eating a lot of strict food. So that's why you need to be disciplined in that sort of sense. Now discipline as well, it's going to develop a routine. Now a lot of us guys, or a lot of people that I know that go to the gym, don't have routines. They don't have set times to go to the gym. They don't have a program in which they can follow. So this might be something you want to invest in, or something you want to look into for the future. And the third one being excuses. Excuses is probably the biggest one that I know. A lot of people, they tell themselves that they can't do it, or they're not mentally ready to get into a gym, or that's not who they are, or they just have every excuse under the sun. Like I've heard so many excuses, it's ridiculous. Like I don't have the time of day to do it. My job doesn't allow me to do it. If I go to a gym, it means I have to sacrifice something else. Or the biggest one I have for women is, I don't want to start working out because I'll look like a man. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Excuses is bullshit, and if that's the type of character you are in life, where you're making an excuse for something all the time, that's who you're going to become. You're going to become someone that when a challenge comes its way, you're going to make an excuse for it. So don't allow yourself to be fooled by that bullshit and excuses and all this crap that you think is true or correct when it's not. The one tip that's going to help you with all these 3 problems is, I call it the 3-day challenge. So basically what that means is that, for instance, what I could display it to, or compare it to, is when you're doing a set. For anyone who's done a set, let's say you're doing 10 reps and you get to about halfway, you get to that 5th rep. It's almost like there's a pause there for a moment. You pause and you think I've got another five reps to go, and you push through that 5 reps. It's a lot easier to say I want to push myself to get halfway than it is to say I've got, say, 10 reps to go. So if I say, oh shit, I've only got 5 reps to go, and then when I get to 5, it's like, oh, I can push myself for another 5. It's a lot easier to say, I've got 10 reps to go. Same with looking at long-term goals. It's a lot easier to put yourself out there for the short-term goals, complete them, and then go ahead and complete the long-term goal once you've got, once you've tackled some of the steps involved in that. So use that tip, and what I was going to say is make it a 3-day thing. So if you're working out, say, 6 days or 5 days, tell yourself, today I'm going to go, or this week I'm going to go for 3 days and 3 days only. And then when you get to that 3rd day, you convince yourself, I can do another 2 days, I can do another 3 days, and that's how it works. So use that tip wisely, guys. Use that 3-day thing, or that halfway pattern in a lot of things you do, especially for setting goals. That's what would come in handy. That for goals, for your workout programs. If it's 30 days, only aim for 15, and then when you get to that 15, you say, you know what, I've only got another 15 to go. So always aim for halfway, but then when you get there, that's when you continue on to the next stuff. So use that tip wisely, guys, and that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys.